Oh, whoops.
Oh, I remember what happened last time. I had to leave before the end last time, but
Yeah, you did.
I was
yeah.
trying desperately to remember what the heck happened at the end of last session. I'm like, that's why I had to go.
Yeah, you had to leave. But I can actually recap what actually happened.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, if we're ready, let's go ahead.
Yeah. So, last time on Horrible D&D Time, our group was awoken to the sound of a fight, only to find their friend, the Drow Nildar, in combat with an enormous tiefling woman. The group rushed out to confront her and found her an unmoving wall of force. That is until Riley casted Charm Person on her, completely negating her aggression. They discovered this woman was named Alabaster, and was known as the Brotherhood's attack dog. She had been sent by Radiance to collect Riley, though through the charm they managed to calm her enough to get some information out of her and take her to a nearby watch station to put her under surveillance. Riley's brother, Wesley, stayed with her to try and get some more information out of her. The group then split up at this point. Aemond, Riley, and Brimstone went off to search for the tiefling Xaril, who had poisoned the dragon Aranyx, while Zelfine and Percy flew outside the city. Zelfine had been looking to collect an item she had left with her criminal contact, the flump she affectionately named Tony. However, she discovered that an old rival of hers, a human by the name of Amee, had beat her to the cave and was demanding they hand over the Mask of the Viper. A fight ensued, and though a hook horror had come out of the depths of the Underdark to mess with them during this, Zelfine and Percy managed to prevail. Now with an unconscious Amee and a flighty flump in tow, Percy and Zelfine began to make their way back to Waterdeep. And now that we'll cut back to everybody else, you had picked up the scent of Xaril and are heading south through Waterdeep. Depending on if you choose to go on foot or in one of the public transportation drays, we'll figure out how long that'll take and probably need to do a couple more rolls along the way because Waterdeep is big.
I don't know. I think Brim would probably defer to the others about whether they reckoned we should take the horse or not, because he's not sure about that.
I
mean, Eamon has a horse either way, so.
True.
Yeah, you can definitely outrun him and then have to circle back around.
Yep. I think we did our roll last time, and I rolled pretty well, right?
Yeah, which has gotten you heading south.
Okay.
Right. If we want to get there fast, it's probably a good idea to probably call a horse taxi.
Yeah. Would that make it harder for me to perceive? I imagine it might.
Yes, because you'll be surrounded by people, and like the drays are on a specific like path. So if the scent veers off at any point, then you might lose it.
Right.
How fast can you run as a wolf?
I don't know if I want to do that
in the middle of a crowded city.
Yeah. Even though he's a licensed werewolf, that's
even just my wolf form is still like big.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're like a fast dude, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm faster than normal, but like we still got to go based off of Riley's speed. The question is, I guess, whether important question. Do we think that this person is gonna be on the lookout for people coming their way? Because if they're kind of holed up somewhere, right, and like not moving, then we're probably gonna be okay, to go slowly. Because if they're not moving anytime soon, but if like they're moving around a bunch, then
Well, we'll review what you know about him so far.
Yeah, please.
You know that they were an assistant to the dragon Aranyx, who was, at the time, disguised as a dwarf. He fed them poison, took the dragon staff, and left. You know that he has a family, because that is what Aranyx has told you. But other than that, you don't know why he's done this or where he could be, other than you have the scent of his handkerchief.
I think we gotta maybe go fast, because I would imagine he wants to get the hell out of here.
I mean, well, maybe no, because we know about the dragon staff. The dragon staff is associated with Waterdeep. So like, it's not useful outside of Waterdeep.
Well, if you bring it to a dragon, it is useful.
That's true.
It's either we want to go fast, but we'll probably lose a scent, or we got to go slow, and we're gonna stay on a steady path. That's our options. Right?
Why don't we follow the scent maybe to like closer to the middle of the city, and see what happens, there. Going fast. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I do want us to take the bus, the dray.
So you want to take the dray to about halfway, so about probably the trades ward-ish, maybe a little before then, closer to the castle ward?
Yeah, I think closer to the castle ward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this might be a stretch, but can I use my Vistani ability to convince the horses to go faster?
No.
It was a stretch. It was too much of a stretch.
Let me rephrase. I have animal friendship.
Okay, let me just even look up the...
Don't listen. They're on the clock.
Okay, fine. They got.
Like, I'll tell you right now, the dray is like a double-decker bus almost. Going faster is dangerous.
I think it's a good idea for maybe not hijacking public transit.
Yeah.
That's not in character for Eamon.
If we had like a couple horses that were just ours, maybe, but not a whole double-decker carriage.
Yeah.
Tell one of the horses if this carriage goes below 50 miles per hour.
Like,
it's gonna blow up.
I'm sorry. This ain't going that much faster.
Yeah, we're kind of at a set speed on that point. Yeah, okay.
They're doing their best.
So yeah, let's take it to like the middle, or like I guess probably the bottom edge of the castle ward, and see see where we're at from there.
Let's take it to as close as we can to like the general area, and then we can probably fan out.
Yeah, I figured like there, if you can see on the map, like me pinging.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
yeah, just along the high street.
Yeah, closer to the trades ward, south side of the castle ward. So yeah, your good roll earlier gets you. You can kind of still smell it on the edges to about here, and it gets a little fainter here, but you're not quite sure where it goes from here. So I'm going to need you to, once you hop off, going to make another survival check.
Okay. Am I still doing this at advantage given the
Yep.
Okay. Was that a yes?
Yep.
Or no?
Assuming that you are still using how that ability works.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, jeez. Ooh, it's pretty good. That's a 17 plus, what's my perception? My perception is 0. I really need to get some points into wisdom. 17.
Okay. 17. You, after you hop off the dray, you're, like, immediately hit by the smells of, like, the trade ward wafting in, breads and fruit and all kinds of stuff. And it kind of throws you off for a minute, but then you think you catch back up onto the smell, and you start heading south again. You get a little bit twisty and turny now that you're off the dray, and it takes you probably about another hour to kind of pin down where the smell is coming from. It probably took you about an hour to get down this way. It would have been a lot longer if you had walked. So it's about 2 hours later since you started.
Okay, that's fine. And it feels like it's coming. I might have missed a little bit. It's coming from the trades ward, or it's coming more from what direction?
Further south a bit. Like, eventually, you kind of hit the edge of the southern ward, where the trade ward meets the southern ward.
Okay. Yeah, I think we definitely, at this point, we're going on foot. I think we want to, maybe go a little bit, slower. Be more deliberate. Should we try and stealth?
I don't know. We're just thinking about all of us tall peeps trying to hide is very funny.
Yeah, I think maybe not even necessarily stealth. We should definitely not act like we're searching for this person. Let's just go off the scent rather than trying to ask around or anything.
I am bringing hay to the horses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're following on foot now.
Okay. Following on foot, you said you wanted to try and be stealthy?
I think inconspicuous more so than stealthy, as best we can.
Okay.
Is it like a charisma-based
more of a
stealth check? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I was gonna
Would that
say.
be performance?
I
maybe?
think that would be performance as opposed to stealth, because you're trying to blend in.
Yeah.
If I use my loot, can I have proficiency?
What?
Are you good? No, I don't think that a loot would make you more inconspicuous.
That would make you stand out more.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right, I'll just make a regular performance check.
Yeah.
Let's just straight up performance.
I got a 14.
Okay. 18 minus 2 for my performance. 16.
You rolled an 18.
17. I'm inconspicuous as fuck.
I mean, I do have 2 charisma casters with me, so I figured that'll at least be a little better.
Well, with a 14, a 17, and sorry, what else was there?
A 16.
16. Yeah, you do get like looks cast at your way. You guys are not that stealthy right now.
Oh, what the heck? Uh-oh.
Oh, we're just being inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous, yeah. You get a couple looks though, because you are. This is a hard check. You guys stand out.
No, I think that's completely fair.
Get out of
I do have a
the
giant glowing horse with a mane made of blue fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are all very tall.
Everybody, listen. We all know what we look like.
Yeah.
We've
But yeah,
been
sorry,
known.
this is a hard check because you all stand out.
Dang.
So you do get like
That's
looks.
Fair. Yeah. Riley is definitely just like hooded up and trying to just hide herself as much as possible.
Yep.
Eamon tries to suppress all the various like lights and auras that are constantly shining off of him.
Yeah. Nobody comes and stops you, but like you do see like a couple people whispering as you pass and like raised eyebrows.
Okay.
Take a picture, it'll last longer.
You say that as you pass by somebody.
I'm like muttering it. I don't actually like say it like out loud to anyone, but
I doubt a picture. What? What's
That's a picture?
What's a picture? How can I take one?
Shove says use the scroll of remembrance.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay, so we're getting into the southern ward now.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of hitting
Getting
the
into
southern ward now, and I'll get you to make one more survival check to keep on this trail.
Okay. Let's see.
advantage, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, is it? Oh, are we doing survival checks to? I'm sorry. I thought we were doing just perception checks.
This is like tracking, so I was gonna say yeah, survival.
Okay, I got a +4 to that. Hell yeah.
That's what I
Advantage.
thought. Like I thought that you
Knows.
had like some proficiency
Yeah.
with this stuff. So
I know.
You're good
Yeah.
at this
that's
shit.
why I was
Okay.
using that.
Okay, so so I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 17, so I got a 21.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, with that you like immediately click into a smell and your like head shoots up and you just you start booking it towards
I'm choosing that to believe he was just going based off of the sniffing when he was in the cart because he couldn't exactly track.
Yeah.
And then when we're actually on the ground, he's like, "Oh yeah, like there's other things that I can do besides just sniffing."
Yep. Takes you probably about 15 more minutes to wander at the north end of the South Ward. And eventually you find yourself in front of like a building that looks like a kind of a bunch of little houses like crammed together on top of each other. And
But like, is it like an apartment complex or like
Yeah,
more like just?
it's kind of like an apartment complex, but like mixed with just like trailers almost stacked on top
Right,
of each
okay.
other. A la
assuming-
like Ready Player One kind of nonsense.
I am
Oh,
assuming my Ring of
yeah.
Regeneration has me back up to full by now.
I mean, it's been about 2 hours and a bit.
Yeah, I have 83 hit points, so my max is 87.
Ooh,
Then, yes.
la-di-da.
And
Hell yeah.
you pinpoint a smell heading up into probably the second floor of this building into this little house.
Anybody want to maybe check? Can we check out this place? See if like maybe
Oh,
we see
never-
if anybody's home.
Okay, I think
you can roll me a perception check.
I think Shelb said I think I gave the ring to Aranax or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's
did.
right.
You did. So then, no, you have not.
Actually, shouldn't have healed at all.
Yep.
I don't
Okay,
remember
if
what
you
I was
wanna-
at before I healed, though.
I forget. I don't think we have that many potions of healing in this.
Nope.
Oh.
I'll just say I was at
We're
73.
poor.
I'll subtract 10 from what I had, because I
Yeah.
don't remember exactly.
I know you got smacked
Okay.
around a bit, but yeah.
Yeah. Not too bad, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think that
because
we
you
would've-
guys
yeah.
de-escalated that situation pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yes. And what's the perception check? Is
You wanted to get a like feel of the area, so is what I kind of figured. So
That'd be an insight check.
Yeah, I wanna like look at the rooms and stuff, see if I can maybe pinpoint like where specifically the like which room it's coming from.
well, it's like a couple of floors right now. You haven't entered into like any of the buildings yet. So
Okay.
right now you're just outside.
Oh, rolling real well today. That's a 17
Okay.
perception.
So yeah, taking a look on the outside of this little kind of apartment complex, you see that there's a door with like red paint that is just peeling off of it, and the window is so dirty that you have trouble seeing inside. But with that perception check, you do see shapes moving around on the inside. You can't quite make out what the shapes are, but something is moving back and forth inside this building.
Okay.
You want me to teleport up there?
I don't think. Well, my issue is I don't know like if everybody in there is like, and at this point I feel like we're maybe like across the street, like, you know, we're not right in front of the door at this point.
No.
Nah.
And with that
We're all
perception check as
holding up-
well, you taking a look around. This is definitely a residential area, definitely a little bit poor. You see like a bum on the corner of the street down there with like a little thing out to collect coins.
Eamon gives the bum 2 gold pieces.
Thank you kindly, sir.
You're welcome. Try to stay warm.
What have we got? Okay, so we're all pretty. If we hypothetically got into a scrap, we're not like hurting for anything, right?
I am low on spell slots, but aside from that, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm fine. I could explode into a hell portal any minute, but I'm fine.
Apart from the whole from that thing, yeah.
I don't think we're gonna need to get into a scrap. We just have to be calm. I can see if I can talk my way in.
I can just feel the flash forward happening in this exact moment.
We just have to be relaxed and not do anything sudden or rash or... Why is everyone looking at me funny?
I was gonna say, yeah, eyes aiming.
Okay, well, I guess maybe we just... Do we just bite the bullet and head inside? Is that our best bet?
Well, either
might
that
be-
or we have to do some kind of crazy infiltration, and the person who usually does that kind of thing is not present at the moment.
Right.
I think
Yeah, we
what
might
should
just...
do is knock the door. Riley's gonna knock the door.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock... hold on, Riley. Knock on the door or knock the door down?
No, knock on the door. She's not
Okay.
Failed stage one.
Prepositions are
Damn.
important, Riley.
Yeah, you've kind
Yo.
of ducked off ahead of them, and you've knocked on the door, and you hear things unlocking on the other side, and then the door opens, and behind there is a woman with dark red skin, white hair tied into a messy bun, and horns that look more like deer antlers than actual like devil horns. And she has little delicate hooked feet underneath a simple dress that is covered in dirt. Hello? Can I help you?
Did we get a description of the guy we're looking for? We did,
I
didn't
only
we?
know that- I don't
Well, we know
remember
his
the
name,
title.
right?
He's a tiefling. Yeah, he I don't remember the description, but yeah, it's Xaril. Is that right?
Yeah.
Eamon is going to say, and this is a tiefling, correct?
This is a tiefling.
Yeah.
Eamon is going to say in Infernal, "Hi there. We're looking for Xaril. Is he home at the moment?"
She like kind of pulls back as you speak in Infernal. Go, sorry, I don't speak.
My apologies. We're looking
not
for
everybody speaks Infernal.
I don't speak Infernal either. What
Eamon
was
will
that?
say apologies in common. He'll say, "We're looking for Xaril."
You're looking for my husband. He's not here right now.
I would like to
please.
Insight check.
Yeah, insight check.
I would also
Go for
insight
it.
check.
Same.
Because I know that she's lying, I want to figure out.
Yeah, I got
I
a
want
19.
I want to figure out like why she's keeping this from us, whether she knows what he did. That's what I'm looking for more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So insight 25.
Ooh, bad. That's a 6 for me. It's good old 6.
Yeah, I got a 10. I think Eamon's got it though. What, 19 you said?
Brim, you have no earthly idea what this woman is thinking. Eamon, though, you take one look at her and you see that she is terrified behind her eyes.
Aw. Yeah.
Eamon is going to say, "Is something wrong, ma'am?"
No, it's fine. It's just my husband is not here right now.
Eamon is going to what's something he can do to ingratiate himself? He's going to take off his helmet first of all. By the way, he does not have any weapons drawn or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no, we're neither.
And Eamon is going to say, and I'd like to try and use persuasion here and say, "You've done." So, Eamon's having trouble thinking of what to say. Look, there's nothing.
There's nothing wrong. We just
We want to speak to him, is all.
yeah. And if not, is it all right if we took a look around and see, if there was a problem at his workplace and we needed to talk to him about it, see what he knew about it.
Then of course, yes, please come in. And she opens the door a bit wider.
Thank you.
And you as you wander in, you see that this is a very simple looking house. And it's pretty tidy, all things considered, but it is well worn. And you see on the wall there is a place to put hat like coats, and there's like 3 different hooks. And only one of them has a coat on it at the moment.
Okay.
And she lets you in and closes the door, and she looks at you and goes, "Are you working with them?"
Who's them?
And she like looks each of you up and down and goes, "Them, those people,
No, I don't. I think if they're the them I'm thinking of, I don't think we're working with them, Eamon, no.
Oh, no. If you were...
Ma'am?
It's gonna be okay.
What'd she say just then?
She just said no, and she kind of grabs her face and like pulls back a bit and goes,
Are you all right?
Will you help me, please? Please. They took my son. And they haven't brought him back.
No.
Eamon's gonna get like deathly serious for a second and say, "Do you know where they took him?"
No, that's the thing. They scooped him up and left. And that they said to my husband if he did what they told him, then they would return him, but I haven't seen either of them in a very long time.
Okay, we gotta get this straight. Who kidnapped your son? Who is the them?
The Brotherhood.
God damn it.
What I figured.
Look, we figured, but we had to.
I'm still picking up this scent, correct?
Yeah, and you realize now that the scent is coming from her, and you realize that the handkerchief has probably her perfume on it.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Do you have any personal items belonging to your son or husband? We might be able to use them to track them.
We, might have something, And she rushes around the tiny apartment and picks up, like, a little toy. It looks like a tiefling doll. With, like, a little hat.
Oy, my heart.
This is his favorite. I suppose I do have this, my husband's scarf. Why would this help you track them, though? I don't understand.
Well, your husband's scarf would be great. Brimstone will actually take the handkerchief out of his pocket and show it to her. We found this at his place of work.
Thank you. This is, I gave this to him before he left for work, and he didn't come back.
How long ago was this?
It's a few days now.
Okay.
Oof. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was your name, ma'am?
My name is Conilath. You could call me Coney, though most people do, because it's a mouthful.
Conilath. Alright. And your son's name?
His name is Revi. He is about this tall. And she, like, points only a couple feet tall, and he's got a red skin, little horns. They haven't grown out yet very far.
Okay. Now, just in terms of for your safety as well, do you have any other children at all
No.
in the house, or is it just Revi?
It's just Revi.
All right. Ma'am, Coney, I'd like to hold on to this handkerchief just in case anything happens, so that we can find you if need be.
All right.
Coney, I promise you, and then Amos going to put one hand over his heart, I will find your son and husband.
Thank you. I've been so scared to go to the watch. They said if I went to the watch, they would kill Revi.
Well, you haven't gone to the watch.
And we were never here.
Nope. Just like two ships passing.
All right. And, we will absolutely do our best to bring them to you. We can't be around here too often, obviously, because we need to avoid getting their attention. But if one of the first thing we do when we find them is going to be bringing them to you safe.
Eamon is going to give her a paper bird and say, if you need to, send this to Amond Bloodaxe. If there's an emergency and you absolutely need us.
That's very kind of you. These are expensive.
Well, so is life. And we're going to make sure that your husband and son come back safely.
Using the ancient scrolls, call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's amazing!
Okay, well, we have our episode title.
As it is written in the ancient texts.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Okay.
Anyway. I broke Leanne, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I'm
that was so
sorry.
That's
Okay,
okay. That's okay.
My job.
She just kind
Breaking-
of looks at
Ruining
you and
very good moments.
yes, of course. Thank you.
All right. So we should probably get out of here as fast as we can and see if we can't pick up their scent.
All right. So as you start to head out, I'm going to cut back to Zelfine. Hey, what you up to, Zelfine?
There we go. Now I'm not muted.
Huzzah.
I'm sorry. I'm still semi-recovering from
Yeah, mood.
temporarily having a chip lodged where it ought not be lodged.
Well,
Thanks to Katie.
unfortunately, now all paper birds, when they deliver their message, go dun 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 dun.
Yep.
Great.
Oh no. But yes.
Oh God.
What
Okay.
is Zelfine up to?
All right. So we are exiting the cave. Yeah.
Yep.
The Zelfine is doing her best to help Tony out as well.
Hey, Zelfie. I got the good stuff, see? And he's got a little package and a little pipe.
Okay, I'm just gonna put these in my bag for safekeeping.
Okay.
She's gonna tuck those away into her bag of holding. We're still gonna talk about this later, Tony.
Okay. My side hurts.
Yeah, I imagine your everything hurts right now. We're gonna fix you up though.
That's good. Where are we going?
Well, you can't very well stay here by yourself right now. So I guess if the captain doesn't mind one more house guest.
You hear this deep sigh. I suppose not. And like he is throwing the unconscious Amee on the back of Bernard, who is just kind of like craning his neck back, trying to look at what's going on, but like the wrong direction back, so like all the way back, and he just can't reach his head backwards.
Bless him.
How fast can these things float? I don't know if we have enough room for him to hold on to Bernard.
I guess, not very, I don't think.
I guess we could have him sit on your acquaintance here. That won't hurt too much.
Use Amee as a chair, it's fine. There's only a little bit of residual acid.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Yay!
All right, then.
And he like wraps his tentacles up on her and goes and slurps right up onto there.
God, I love Tony.
And Tony looks at Bernard, and Bernard is craning his head, like trying to look. Hey there, you're funny looking.
I just remember the griffins can like understand speech. I almost forgot.
They're pretty clever.
Yeah.
All right. You need anything else out here, or are we heading back?
No, we should get back before the others get into too much trouble on their own.
All right. And so he gets up on Bernard and awkwardly like hands his hand to pull you up as well.
Yeah, she'll just kind of shuffle herself up there with her third of her hit points that she's down to. And even less excited about the flight this time, she just kind of goes on ahead and holds on, and she's just like, I'm sorry, I can't, though, and is going to bury her face into his shoulder.
He raises an eyebrow and shakes his head. And
I don't want to watch.
And off they go, and you hear this wee behind you. Tentacles flapping in the breeze.
Oh my god. He's so good. Tony is the best character decision I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, and it doesn't take you too long to get back into town. And you land, probably, like, he, probably actually lands outside of the city towards the front gate and explains to the guards there that he's taking Amee directly to a a watch station. Mm-hmm. And it's at this point you turn, like, as you've landed, you kind of turn and you notice that Tony is no longer a flump. Standing behind you is a tiny little halfling with a big fluffy hat and big smile on his face.
What?
And he's kicking his feet. And he smiles and goes, "The hat you gave me lets me turn into other things. Isn't that cool?"
Tony, I'm trying really hard not to yard straight now, and you just really can't do things like this to me, Tony. What is it?
I don't understand. Why is this weird? You gave me the hat.
I didn't know it did that. I didn't know he would even let me take that one, but, you know, that's fine. It's fine. Everything about this is fine. This actually works out, you know. Now we're not... I mean, we're still smuggling a flump into the city, but now it's easier to hide.
And yeah, he like sticks out a halfling hand and it feels like 3 tentacles kind of touch you. He goes, "It's fine, don't worry about it."
She shakes a hand and you just kind of see her like anime style shudder like with her whole body, and she's like, "I hate all parts of this, but come on, let's go."
Alright, and he Bernard trots into the city, and instead of flying, they basically walk him like a horse at this point to the nearest guard station. And he picks up Amee and goes, "Alright, this is as good a place as any for her to get processed. Did you need to ask her anything before we head off? We might be able to wake her up."
I mean, it couldn't hurt to try. I don't know how much we'll get out of her, but... at the very least, might find out why on earth she was at that warehouse. Why any of the Zents were at that warehouse.
Alright, sounds like an idea. And he walks in, and behind the counter is a very large half-orc with tiny little glasses shuffling through paperwork. And he looks up and goes, "Captain Silverton, right? Yes. What do you got there?" Just some moron who decided to attack us. I have some questions for them. You got any cells free here? Yep. We'll get her processed. Here. And he hands down a piece of paperwork, and Percy immediately starts filling it out. Not even, like, stopping for a minute, just quickly going. The orc, like, or half-orc looks over at Zelfine and he goes, "Friend of yours?" And Percy just stops mid, like, paperwork sign, looks up, like, out of the corner of his eyes and goes, "Something like that." Continues to fill out the paper, hands it back.
Zelfine's trying very hard to look as normal as possible, while still probably dripping blood from a few places.
"Ma'am, do you need attention?"
Oh no, that is in fact the last thing I need right now, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, just don't bleed on the cushions. And he points to a basically a waiting room chair.
It's all good. I will stand.
All right. Cell block 2, cell 4 should be open. All right. And Percy like pats his hands, pushes the paperwork across the table. Picks up Amee off the desk he had flopped her on. Tosses her into the cell. As you walk down through this little area, there's little cells, and there's a couple of people here and there, mostly looking like common riffraff that you'd see stuck in for a day or two. He throws her in, kind of looks at her, starts patting her face, goes, hey, wake up, dumbass. Hey. And he motions for you to close the gate behind you, and you hear this click. And finally there's what? Ah! And she looks down and sees that she's tied up and in a cell, looks up at Percy, and she snarls and goes, you. And she looks and sees you and goes, you.
Well, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep?
Where am I? What's going on?
I'm pretty sure both of those are obvious, honestly. If you take 2 seconds to actually think about it.
Why am I not dead?
You are just damn determined for me to kill you, aren't you?
It would make my life a lot easier if you actually played by rules that I understood.
There are several more options available to you. I don't know why you want to pick the dumbass ones all the time. I mean, mood, but still.
She kind of just pouts almost and glares at you. What do you want? You had me at the end of your sword, and I'm here. So it means you must want something.
I mean, if you're really going to twist my arm like that, sure. I have a couple of questions.
Really? And what makes you think I'll cooperate with you with any of this?
Oh, I don't. I just thought I would, once again give you the option to not pick the dumbass option.
Right. Look, I don't have anything to say to you, Zelfine. You didn't give me back the mask, and you refused to die, and you refused to kill me. And she looks directly at Percy and goes, and you... I tried to attack you, so I know I am not getting out of this. So, I reiterate, I don't have any reason to answer any of your questions.
I mean, yeah, as is, you're not going to be seeing the outside of the cell anytime soon, but, there is such a thing as cooperation and, getting something back for that. Do you want to see the outside of the cell anytime soon?
Of course I do. Doesn't mean I'll tell you anything. I'm not a snitch. I'm not going to betray my friends. That's a bad way to putting it. I won't betray the family like you will. There.
See, there's the dumbass option again, always with you. You can't even, like, get the word friend out of your mouth, but family feels right?
Yeah. They're the family. That's the way it goes. And you, you're the dumbass here. Really, you don't think that I'm the only one gonna come after you? They're not gonna stop. Not until they get that mask back.
I'm aware.
This could have been so much easier for you if you had just died.
I mean, yeah, but honestly, like, that ship sailed, like, what, 10 years ago? I guess you could say it would have been a lot easier if you didn't suck so much.
You little bitch! She just kind of clams up and pouts, basically, at this point. She knows if she opens her mouth, it's going to be bad.
Come on, I know you love our pet.
Are you playing with your mic?
What?
Something was, like, rubbing up against the microphone, I think.
Oh, heck, I might have accidentally touched the little speaker on my laptop.
Okay. I just heard, like, I didn't hear what you said. All I heard was, like, wind noise. It sounded like somebody rubbing the mic.
Yeah, sorry, that was me fidgeting and forgetting that I have, like, this razor-thin speaker on the side of my Surface.
Oops. But yeah, she glares at you and goes, I hated her banter, and I hated you.
So that's why you continued to participate in said banter, on account of how much you hated it.
Hated you more than I hated the banter.
So you did like the banter. That's progress.
That's not what I meant at all. You took everything from me. I was supposed to be the Viper. Me. I was supposed to be the Viper, and you just come waltzing in and kick my ass. You don't even have the decency to kill me then.
Decency was never my strong suit.
Percy has, like, crossed his arms and has, like, leaned back onto his heels, kind of just observing you both. Fine, you've got questions? What are they? Sooner I don't answer, the sooner you get out of here.
Oh, well, seeing as how you enjoyed my company so much, I thought I might hang around for a little while, actually. Alright, fine.
Mr. Top, just kill me now. Just execute me now. Hang me up. End this now, please. And he just kind of shakes his head and goes, nah, this is too much fun.
See, he gets it. Alright, fine. You want questions? Here's one. If I've taken everything from you, then what's in it for you in this new gig?
This is me taking back everything you took. I get the mask. I get to be the Viper. I get to finally take what's mine. And you get to rot at the bottom of a pit where you belong.
So why involve the Brotherhood at all? Like, what's their part in that? You need their help or something?
Why would I tell you that?
I mean, clearly you need their help, because you're just, look how it went for you.
I don't need their help.
And yet...
They're a tool to be used, not someone to make bargains bargains with someone to use. They're so painfully easy to manipulate.
Okay, so what did you promise them?
Like I'd tell you that.
So if the mask is really all that you're after in this, and that's the thing that you've supposedly joined up with them for, did they want the mask at some point?
She just kind of tilts her head up and looks at you and goes, I think more they just want you dead. You're standing in between them and what they want. Though, I did get word that someone might want to keep your body after you died. I don't know what they plan on doing with you. I bet it's something very nasty.
Yeah, well, fun part about being dead, I won't be here to worry about that. So, they did promise you something then.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, otherwise, why would you associate that with them at all for the thing that you already were going to do?
They promised us something.
Us?
The Zentarum, honey. All of us.
So you're all in bed with the Brotherhood.
Oh, I wouldn't just do it for nothing, well, would we?
Well, that's what you said originally, but now you've changed your story because you are answering my questions, so thanks for that.
Just because this is fun now.
I knew you liked talking to me.
God damn it. And she kind of pouts for a second. She realizes what she's doing.
So what about the big man upstairs? What does he get from this?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That's why I asked.
Well, that's something I can't answer.
Okay, so you're not important enough to know. Got it.
You could just see, like, suddenly a flash in her eyes, and she's like, no, that's not it at all.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Yeah, go for it.
It's because I feel like I should at some point during this.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Oh, yeah, she has no fucking idea, and she is, you just know. You know that she doesn't know anything.
Oh, you poor sweet little peon. You're actually very lucky, I can imagine.
Doesn't matter what he wants, as long as it gets done. That's what the Viper is, after all, is a tool for him. As long as we're useful, doesn't matter.
And why do you want to be useful to him?
It's all I've ever wanted. It's all I ever had, all I ever will have. You know that. I mean, why did you want to be his tool?
Funny story, and probably the key difference between us. Never gave a good goddamn what he wanted. But I didn't want to die.
You're so short-sighted.
Honestly, yeah, you're right.
get yourself involved with serial murder just because you didn't want to die. How many people died under your watch? Just because you wanted to die. Was it worth it? All those lives for yours?
Oh no, not at all. And your little mind game that you're trying to play right now, gonna go ahead and save you the trouble. That's been the last 3 years of my life, so.
Oh, come on!
I'm so sorry you found the one person who hates me more than you do.
This worked out so much better in my head.
You suck so bad at this job. Why do you want it? Why not find literally any other job?
Because they'll kill me if I leave. First of all. Second of all, it's all I know how to do. Third of all, I really like killing things.
See, you almost had me there till the end. You almost did.
Yeah, no, I really like killing things. And she flashes a smile at this. And she looks over at Percy and goes, "Yep, there you go, have it. Confession, I love killing." And he just kind of like puts his hand in his forehead and goes, "Yep, got it."
See, always the dumbass option, alright? So you're not getting out of the cell. Congratulations. I've heard all I needed, personally. I don't know if you have any more questions, Captain, but you don't have anything that I need.
More or less sums it up. And he looks at her and goes, You really are a dumbass." And she sticks her tongue out and goes, "Well, they'll come for me." And he's like, "No, they won't."
Oh, honey, you still think that.
She kind of glares at you and goes... She doesn't say anything at this point. She just kind of glares and frowns.
As they leave, which I imagine they're working on doing, Zelfine will just kind of turn around after the cells close behind her and go, "Gonna be honest with you, even if they do look for you, you're not gonna want them to find you. I think you know what kind of warm welcome you've got to look forward to."
A quick death at their hands would still be better than a slow one in front of people. I'm willing to die for this. Are you, really? And she just kind of flops back.
For this, and she'll just kind of like gesture wholly in Amee's direction. No, not ever.
Then why have you handed yourself in? She smirks.
Oh, so now who's got questions? And she's gonna walk off. Wouldn't you like to know?
You're a bitch! And Percy just kind of like looks at you and looks back as he like closes the gate and walks off and goes, "Are they all like that? Are all the Zhentarms a bunch of dumbasses?" And he looks directly at you.
Yeah, pretty much. Of our particular sect, they count on that. Dumbasses only.
Yeah. Makes sense. Easier to control a dumbass, I guess. Though awfully unpredictable, as we've just seen. And he like waves at the half-orc as they leave and goes, "Here, make sure to hand in those reports to your captain. I don't want to be back here." And he goes, "Yes, sir." And as you exit, he like claps his hands, and you see the little little halfling Tony in front of Bernard, kind of sticking his hands up and like patting Bernard's sides, and Bernard going, "Mah, mah, mah, mah." All right, you two. And Tony's like, fluffy feathers, beep, beep. And little Tony turns to Percy and goes, "Your griffin has lots of fluffy pink thoughts in his head. I think he likes you a whole lot." And he goes, "Yeah, real stretch to get that one, huh? Needed a mind reader to figure. Yeah, okay." All right, I guess we're heading back home now. Did your friend tell us anything about where they were heading? Do you know how we're gonna meet back up with them?
Best guess I've got is I assume that we'll meet back up at your house when they're all done. They were going to track that guy, so who knows where they were going.
Great. All right.
I unfortunately cannot track with my nose, so...
I guess the best thing we can do is head back for now.
I think our plan was as well to head back to the place. Brimstone would have wanted to head back and regroup with the others, given that like now things are much more complicated.
Okay.
If that's cool with Amee and Riley, of course.
That's cool.
Yeah, we might need Zelfine for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, regroup, reuse, recycle. Yeah,
all right.
Let's do it.
Time skip. Cut to probably about a couple hours later. You all.
Oh yeah. By the way, I meant to ask, would I've gotten any time reading the book on the bus on the dray to and from?
Not if you're tracking.
Dang
I was gonna say you were kind of preoccupied. Yeah. One of these days. That's like me trying to read a book. One of these days I'll get to it, but I keep getting distracted.
I've been reading Stardust for like the last 3 months. I'll finish it eventually. But I
started reading the last Game of Thrones book like 8 years ago and never finished it.
Mood.
Exactly. So yeah, we're coming up at about noon at this point, and you all like coincidentally run into each other outside of the house.
Hey. So,
good news and bad news.
Yeah.
Oh, you too, huh? Okay.
Let's head inside first before we discuss it. Oh, oh boy.
You need some attention medically?
Yeah, as you see, like, Zelfine bleeding out.
Yikes.
Zelfine, how long?
Okay.
Zelfine, have you put, like, anything on any of that?
Nah.
Zelfine,
Well,
how much?
it has stopped on its own. Thank you.
Eamon's going to walk up to Zelfine and use 10 points of lay on hands.
In the meantime, were you just, like, spilling your blood all over the streets of Waterdeep?
No, I got most of that out of the way before we got into the city. Thank you.
How are you conscious? How are you conscious?
Hi, everybody. You're really tall.
Hello there.
Oh, hey,
It's a tiny little halfling staring at you with a big floppy hat.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
well, he's not a halfling, I can tell you that much.
This is Tony.
Oh, this
He
one's
is
smart.
plump. Keep that under your hat, thank you.
I keep myself under the hat all the time.
I heard flumps use auras. Are mine gonna bother him? Because I got like 6 of them.
A different kind of auras.
Is your aura
Let's head
tasty?
inside and talk.
This is a more new age kind of
wanna
aura.
try-
Let's go inside.
I want to try eating my Zora.
Oh my god.
It'll be tasty.
It's
So,
just a whole
I
lot
assume-
of divine energy.
I assume we head inside and like
Yeah.
catch each other up on everything that's happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you enter, suddenly the halfling is no longer a halfling. It is a spaghetti monster.
What?
So yeah, we
did
fill
happen to that?
Zelfine and Percy in on pretty much everything that's happened, and like
Question.
Yeah, we have a-
question. I have a question for Leanne. It's very important. Did Spaghetti show up at the Battle of Barovia?
Yes.
Yes!
Screaming
I'm
into the
hoping-
distance.
Hoping he was on our side.
Spaghetti.
I
Spaghetti
bet
is
he
on
wasn't
no
on
one's side.
anybody. I was gonna say.
Spaghetti is on no one's side, but their own.
They have their own agenda.
Dreadlord Spaghetti.
Dreadlord Spaghetti.
Spaghetti's gonna fucking come up and at the end and be a very key player. I can sense it. That's how the story's gonna go. Not that I totally forget about him all the time.
Great.
So yeah, you
Okay.
come in. Percy gets some lunch out. Percy, he gets some lunch. Tony, this massive tentacle's kind of sitting next to whoever at the table. Hi, I brought the good stuff, and he pulls out a pipe. Another pipe.
I shouldn't. I think I have to do a little bit more. I have to do a little bit more sniffing today, I think.
Zelfine puts out her hand for the pipe.
He sticks it up at his mouth and blows into it, and bubbles come out.
Zelfine frowns and puts her hand down.
See, isn't that good? It makes bubbles.
That do be good though. I like Tony. He's cool.
This has not distracted me from the other pipe. We still are going to talk about that later.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a child that was kidnapped.
Oh yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
Number one.
I know
priority.
Brotherhood bad. Yeah, Brotherhood bad, but also they're assholes. Straight up kidnapping kids.
So we managed to get the scarf and a toy from them. So we can track either of them. We have to pick one or the other though.
I think we got to go for the kid first.
I think so too.
Yeah. Zelfine, who is currently bandaging herself as she has been bullied into doing, is just like, yeah, so when are we leaving?
Okay, we might need to give you like an energy drink first or something, heal you up a bit before.
Yeah,
we
let's give you a second. You tell us
about.
about what you guys had happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, well, I got the mask back, so that's neat. Ran into, someone I knew from work. They're in jail now.
Sorry.
Brought Tony here so he'd be safer, marginally.
Bye.
Less alone, we'll put it that way.
That's good.
There's no hook horrors here, at least.
This is the same Tony that we met in Barovia, that we heard from in Barovia, right?
Yeah, he sent me the stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got more stuff. You want more stuff?
I think we've got enough stuff at the moment, but
Eamon's gonna pull out what's like a stuff. Yeah, Eamon's gonna pull out.
What is stuff, Dan? Tell me that.
That is like the most vague sentence ever.
I don't know. It's Tony likes collecting stuff. And I should give him some stuff.
You really
okay.
don't
I'm
need
gonna
to
give
do that.
Tony my Tinder box.
Trinket?
I don't think you.
He
Zelfine is going to intervene as he tries to hand the tinder box, and she will take the tinder box
Arson.
and just look at Eamon.
What?
Eamon, this is like.
Responsible?
Eamon, this is like giving things to a child. Is your first thing that you think of to give to a child a matchbox?
Not okay to infantilize non-humanoid creatures like that just because they don't have the same,
Zelfine's going to throw the tinderbox over her shoulder and look at Eamon and say, "Do not give him the means with which to create fire."
Okay, fine. Hey, Tony, you want a javelin?
No!
Stop!
A
Okay,
tentacle
okay,
comes
okay,
out.
stop. Your definition of stuff is not good. No more.
Okay, geez. Here, Tony's here's a book on Tyr.
Ooh.
Hold on to it for me.
His tentacles wrap around the book and he pulls it in and he starts he doesn't read it, but he starts rubbing his tentacles all over it. Doopy-doopy-doopy. I like the feel of the leather.
Cool.
Do you see now what we're dealing with?
Yes, now I understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, so, yeah, we should probably get going.
Eamon will leave Tony one of his tier pamphlets and then
he eats
nod
it.
and say, okay, well...
I'm glad he enjoyed it.
That's a good reaction.
As long as he got something good out of it.
Zelfine just covers her mouth.
He's ingesting the information one way.
Let's go find the kidnapped child, maybe.
Yeah, let's save a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the doll, and I'm gonna use my sanguine scent again and give it a good old sniff, spending a hit dice to track this kid.
All right.
Is that a survival check for me?
That is.
Okay. I'm at advantage still?
Yep. I mean, you're using your stinky stench. That's how we decided this works, right?
Yeah.
Stinky.
Okay, so that's a unnatural 20.
Okay, so a 20. So yeah, you quickly pick up the smell of this child. Kind of not. It's not. You can't find an initial trace here in the North Ward, but you do kind of pick something up to the east.
Okay. Looks like we're going east? What's to the east of here? Like outside the city?
Kitty!
Hello, Ferd.
Yeah, you start picking up a smell to the east, which is, looking at the map, you notice that this is the undercliff, kind of where you're more or less picking stuff up, which is more farmlands, and it's outside of the cities.
Okay. Let's get moving. Let's take a dray to the edge of the city and then walk from there.
We'll have to plan this out a little more carefully. Undercliff is called Undercliff because it's under a cliff.
Wait, is this the same mountain range where Zaglim is? Because it's crawling with giants right now.
No.
Oh.
No, there's a cliff. That edge of the
Sorry.
city to the east is on a cliff.
Right, I remember now. I forgot.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying this in character.
Here on the map.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the easiest way for us to get down there? Do we have is it the roads? Is there a way to get down there by here? Did we use Bernard?
For this many people,
Absolutely not. Bernard can at most carry 3 people and a flump, apparently, is the maximum. He was lagging a bit.
Well, we could do it. He could take us a couple at a time, couldn't he? Would that be faster than, like, going all... What's our other option?
We can all get there, because I have a horse.
Down through the trades ward. We just have to go down and around, or up through the field ward.
If 3 of us take Bernard, and 2 of us take the horse, and then Brimstone goes fast.
Well, I can't fly.
Right. Well, I mean, to get to the base of Undercliff. But, yeah, no, you got a point.
Yeah, getting down the cliff.
Wait, Riley, can't you cast Fly?
I don't know if we want to use... Well, do we have...
I can cast Fly on 2 people, but... Okay, fuck it. I'll do it.
Wait.
Well, hold
Not
on.
yet,
That's a
not
big
yet,
spell.
not
Do we
yet.
want to use that spell, like, now?
How long does it last? Let me look it up. Hold on.
Like an
It
hour.
lasts like a-
No, I'm saying, like, do we want to use it at all? Because, like, I guess my question is, like, would there be a problem with Bernard taking a couple of us at a time?
I mean, the biggest thing is that then we are separated.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, if we are looking to track down some folks, that means we could get jumped.
True.
It also includes a gap of time in which Bernard is flying solo, and I'm personally not super cool with that.
Well, we could also get some other griffins to help, or is there a griffin rental place?
No, there is not.
No.
Percy kind of lifts an eyebrow and I have special permission for Bernard because he's an oddity.
I know a lot of people with griffins. It's weird because I hang out a gauntlet and watch people.
Yeah, no.
Sidebar, as out of character, they would not have griffins in the city.
They would not.
Fair enough.
Not allowed. They will go on a horse murdering spree.
Yep.
They are kept on top of the mountain for a reason.
Bernard is a special because he is a Chult griffin. He does not eat horses.
He actually has a feat called pescatarian, in which he gets distracted by fish, much the way an actual griffin would by horses.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
So what I'm hearing is I should not take Maggie with me.
If we take Bernard, totally fine. But what we're saying is that other griffins, you're not going to have access to them. They are not a thing.
Maggie will fade back into the celestial realm if she gets hurt. I don't think she really can be eaten, but...
I mean, in general, griffins, Maggie notwithstanding, griffins not a thing you have access to other than Bernard, who just wants to be friends with Maggie, so that's fine.
Yeah, they are quite nice with each other, aren't they?
So, do we go through the field ward or the trades ward? Where is the Brotherhood acting mostly? We want to avoid there.
Well, the pamphlets say that they are hanging out at the Ye Old Grape down in the dock.
In the dock ward, yeah.
I would hazard a guess that wherever this warehouse was that they locked me up is either in Undercliff or somewhere in the dock ward. I kind of lost track. They had me blindfolded and gagged and unconscious for half of it.
We wouldn't have to go through the dock ward itself. In terms of danger within the city, Trades Ward is populous enough that, maybe wouldn't attack us there. It is the longer route. The shorter route would be the Field Ward, where if they are there, they will 100% not give a fuck and attack us. So.
Look,
well, I mean, if they... Go ahead.
If we get through the field ward quickly enough, if I'm riding and Brimstone is running fast and you guys are on Bernard, then we shouldn't have an issue.
Yeah, Bernard can carry 3 people, is that correct? Or 2.5?
It was 3 and a flump.
Got it.
I think I'd be willing to risk it in the field ward. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Plus, field ward, I'm assuming, is mostly open space, right? Or is that just a name?
It's just a name.
Sorry.
I mean, Undercliff is going to be open space anyway. So it's one of those things where I think that we're going to be. If they're watching this place, we're probably going to get into a scrap or be under observation anyway.
All right, we should then double time through the field ward and get there as fast as possible. So they have a tougher time following us.
Yeah. Plus, for all we know, if they cotton on to what we're doing, we might be on the clock for getting this kid out safe.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, break. Or let's go.
Yeah, I think we head up through the field ward.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you make your way through the North Ward, which is nicer, and you hit eventually the wall separating it from the Field Ward. And Brim, you're immediately kind of hit by the smell of the Field Ward as you make your way past the initial gate there. It smells awful. It's the smell of dead animals and leather making and sewage.
I think I'm going to roll a constitution save for Brimstone because he's opened up his senses quite a lot at this point.
Yeah.
I want to see if he... Okay, that's like a 15 plus stuff. So he doesn't barf, but he's having a time.
He has a +5 and he's near Amond.
Poor guy's dry heaving over here.
Yeah, he's dry heaving.
Brimstone does not talk the entire time we're in the field ward.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, while it's on my mind, before we get too far, before we left, Zelfine would have told Tony to stay in the house. Under no circumstances is he to leave or to let anyone inside.
Yep.
Or to mess with Percy's stuff.
Sounds good, Zelfie. I'll just be making the good stuff over here.
Did he just call you Zelfie?
Zelfie! It's my name for her
Bark,
because
bark,
it's
moon, moon,
good.
better watch your step.
Say that again?
Amon gets...
I said, bark, bark, moon, moon, you better watch your step.
That's good.
Whatever you say, Zelfie.
I want to believe all that laughing from Riley is in character.
Yeah.
This chortling from
I'm
behind.
always in character. I'm always in character.
I like that one. She is so happy.
Oh no.
Her aura is so bright and colorful. It's like exploding fireworks.
Don't say the E word.
The E word, elephant?
Oh.
Why would you think that was the E word?
I don't know.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
And now we're at the field ward.
Bye, everybody. I'll make dinner when you get back. No, don't
Don't
you
do
touch.
that.
Don't.
Do not.
Don't.
I said don't touch.
Okay. And his tentacles flop down, and he.
I don't know why y'all be so. It's quite a generous offer to make dinner for us.
As soon as they close the door and they're on their way, Zelfie just kind of half-heartedly looks at Percy like, I will pay for anything he messes up.
Pretty sure that means I'm paying for it.
I have some money. I might also borrow some. That's very fair.
I was gonna say, you kind of used up all the...
On stuff for you guys.
And
Whatever.
I appreciate
Let's go.
that.
Hey, you know what?
Now
It's
we're
not
at
me.
field ward.
It's not me paying for it. It's Strahd paying for it.
There you go. Put on Strahd's
And-
check.
It's what he deserved.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
And
all
now
of Amon's
field
points have Strahd on them. I just remembered that. Almost all of them are gonna be
Yeah.
Strahd.
they're the Ravenclaw loft coins that I've got from Beetle and Bard. Yay! It's got a little Strahd on them. You know, I love it. I love these coins.
Anyways.
They're right in my viewpoint.
To the field ward.
To the field ward. Brimstone says nothing during the entire time of the field ward. He's got a cloth over it, like one of those neck gaiters over his face or something, just kind of
Yeah.
saying nothing.
He's wearing a COVID mask.
Yeah, and as you make your way towards the north gate through the field ward, it's about halfway through. You hear footsteps coming towards you. Quick footsteps.
Like faster than horse, brimstone, or griffin.
Not that fast. But somebody is running.
Can we just... We want to just speed up?
I think, yeah, we probably speed up a little bit.
Can
But the footsteps are coming in front of you. You can pick up that they're coming towards you. And it's at this point, somebody tears around the corner, and Brimstone, you recognize this as the human disguise of Vincent, the Rakshasa. And he spots you, and he goes, ah, and runs towards you, grasps your hands, Brimstone, and he goes, I have to give you this right now. And out of his pocket, he pulls a couple of pieces of paper tied together in a scroll, and he shoves them into your hands and goes, You need to take this now. And he, like, stops mid-sentence, and you see blood start to drip out of his mouth.
Oh, boy.
You look down and see that there's a sword sticking out of his chest. Inches away from you.
No!
The sword pulls back, and he starts gurgling. He says, "Don't worry, I'll be back." And he falls onto the ground. And dark tentacles, like, reach up and wrap around him and pull the body down into the ground. And this...
Can I see where the sword came from at all?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
You recognize this as, like, a devil being pulled back into hell. And as that, like, fades, standing right in front of you, basically right where Vincent was, the sword pulls back, and you see a blonde man with a wide smile on his face and goes, "Devil destroyed." And he locks eyes with you and goes, "Hello. Been a while."
Brimstone is going to... Brimstone is going to walk up to him very slowly, seething with rage. He's going to leer down over this man and say, "I have so many things far, far more important than you to take care of today. But I have not forgotten, and I am coming."
He looks at you, raises an eyebrow. "All right. I'll be here, little devil." He walks off, followed by a handful of people.
Oh, shit.
There's, like, a posse of these hunters kind of walk by.
In Infernal, I will scream after him, "The son of Tanya and the grandson of Lydia has not forgotten your face.
He kind of...
And mine will be the last you see before you descend into hell."
"I don't speak that, sir." And he walks off.
It was really bad. You should be scared. I'm sorry.
Brimstone, turning back to the rest of the group, is visibly shaken up and just, "Let's go."
All right. First things first, though. I need to make sure you guys can see this. All players. Because Vincent just handed you a thing. You should have Vincent out.
Oh. I was going to say, if Brim's shaking, Riley's going to, like, hold on to his shoulder and just kind of be by his side.
Okay. Shall I, maybe I can read it out for the benefit of the listening audience?
If you want to read it out, sure.
Okay. 7 years ago, Mordai's village was attacked by the Hunter's Claw, though I suppose I will not have to remind my client of this. After all, it seems he is from the same village. My investigation into this attack has led me to believe that false information has been circulating. Interviews with a Hunter's Claw member has pinpointed that neighboring villages have stories of a village of devils, and if you wandered too close to the village, you would be captured and devoured. The most prevailing rumor being that of a woman who went searching for a hag that lived there to cure her child of illness. The hag supposedly cured the illness, but in return the devils of the town ate the woman alive in front of her child. Who this child was and how they survived, however, is something I have yet to confirm. It could very well just be a bad faith rumor started out of fear. Regardless, this combination of rumors throughout the years apparently spurred the Hunter's Claw to attack this village, led by Tyrell Bladestone. It appears after this attack, Bladestone has attracted many hunters for his brave deeds of clearing devils from the mountains. Mordai managed to escape the attack and ran, bloodied and broken from the mountains, and nearly died of exposure. Making his way south, he spent some years looking for any other survivors of Devil's Ages. He found a handful of others, a young tiefling woman by the name of Leototh that was blinded by the Hunter's Claw, an old lord devil named Razel who had his teeth removed, and a changeling named Umi who had part of them removed and can only shapeshift into smaller creatures and people now. The 4 of them continued to travel south, taking small jobs on their way to find more survivors. Eventually, they hit Waterdeep and were found by the Blade Brotherhood. The Brotherhood, whose leader, a tiefling woman named Radiance, has also been injured by the Hunter's Claw, I think that's supposed to be.
Yep, I typed wrong.
Oh, good. She had a large scar on her face that is said to be left by the Hunter's Claw. I will make a note to investigate that incident at a later date. The Blade Brotherhood has been selling itself as a protector of non-humans in Waterdeep, particularly those who are looked down upon due to their mixed or infernal heritages. It appears in its earlier days it tried to bring evidence of the Hunter's Claw's actions, but as this was brought to the pre-reform watch, it landed on deaf ears. From what I can gather, many of the Brotherhood believes they are simply a neighborhood watch of sorts for non-humans, and in that sense they are doing well protecting their own. It seems, however, our Mordai proved himself to be a useful asset as he ascended in ranks. The Brotherhood seem to be made up of several circles. The lower tier are the Neighborhood Watch, the middle tier, where Mordai was, is the Shining Army. Those that enact Radiance's more direct and violent orders, and finally her Chosen Circle. This Chosen Circle seems to be made up of 4 people. What they call Radiance's attack dog, a woman by the name of Alabaster, stands as the first member of the group. She was a Goliath-born tiefling who wasn't strong enough to stay in her Goliath camp and was seen as a monster by neighboring villages. Radiance found her and she's been her loyal soldier ever since. The next seems to be a woman named the Princess of the Rift. The name is whispered as the proclaimed savior that will bring a cleansing fire through a rift to save the world in a time of great peril. I haven't any further information on this woman. Lastly, there is the elven druid Ianvin. The man has been suspected in the destruction of nearly 15 different druid circles, perhaps more. It has caused unbalance throughout the Sword Coast and rifts to open up, letting various creatures through. What his end goal is still a mystery to me, but he appears to have Radiance's ear in these matters. Though as of now, it appears he cannot enter the city for reasons I have yet to discover. Attached is also a very intricate family tree. There are various names you have never heard of. It connects Mordai and Nikolai through his father's family, through a pit fiend to a devil, through to another pit fiend, several small devils to Mordai. The connection is tenuous, but on an on-paper legal document that does in fact connect the two.
He found a connection. And yeah, at this point, like, Percy's like looking over the sheet and goes, "Huh, this will definitely it's very tenuous, but it'll get you that body of your friend."
I need to... A hag supposedly cured an illness. Do I remember my grandmother telling me any stories about anything like that, Leanne?
Roll me history to see if you can remember this.
Okay, that's not great. Let me see what I have as far as history goes. That's only a 9.
Only a 9. You know that sometimes humans would find their way to Devil's Aegis asking your grandmother for help. And she
right.
Often would ask for a kind of payment that is often pretty rough.
Right.
But that's the way hags work. And it was never anything that was completely malicious, but you gotta give up something to get something.
Yeah. So...
This particular incident, though, it doesn't sound familiar.
Right. And I know that my grandmother wasn't, like, in the frequent habit of, like, eating children.
Yeah.
Eating women or children.
No.
At least when I knew her.
No. Not when you knew her, and you have heard stories of her taking people's, like, hands or their eyes, but never their life.
Okay. The other thing is, it seems like there were a couple other survivors from Devil's Aegis. I don't know if they also moved up into the inner circle with Mordai, but hopefully we can find them.
That's great that they survived. Sad that they got into the Blade Brotherhood, but at least they're alive. That's good.
I think this Princess of the Rift, I think it might be you, Riley.
No, I think
at that point, Riley's gonna curl up into a ball and go,
that or the cleansing fire is the, I believe her name was Marigold?
Okay. And then there's this Ian Ven guy.
Oh, I think I remember him. I was in and out of consciousness at the time.
We met that guy.
Well,
he's not great. Nope.
We'll unpack this later.
Ugh.
Do I have any, like, paladin rumor stories about what happened there at all? Based on this information?
You could roll me a history check.
Would religion suffice, given the nature of the... Okay. No.
No, you haven't even heard this story before. It would have been too far north.
Okay.
In fact, like, you haven't even didn't hear of Devil's Aegis before you met Brim, so the connection there, you definitely wouldn't have heard of this story.
Brim, could I see that paper?
Yeah. Which one? The family tree or the other one?
The other one.
Yeah, I'll show her that one.
Yeah, she's gonna take that paper and she's just kind of goes quiet and seems to be reading it over and over and over. She doesn't really look like she's gonna snap out of this anytime soon.
Brimstone will kind of put a hand on her shoulder. Hey, we'll figure this all out. Zelfine?
She'll kind of blink and then look at him and just go, yeah, we've got more pressing things anyway. And she'll hand the paper back to him.
Yeah, and you kind of take a look and you spot that Percy has been staring at he's crouched down next to where Vincent disappeared and he's like examining the area.
Nerd.
It's devil shit, Percy. You don't have to...
Yeah, no, I definitely can't get him on attacking a person in the middle of the street because it was a devil. That doesn't hold up. But hey, definitely have confirmation that Vincent was a Rakshasa.
Yeah, don't like get on Vincent's case about this, Percy. Like, I think.
Oh no, that guy was an asshole, totally out of bounds there. But again,
being a devil in itself, I don't think is a crime, but also it does not mean you have the same protections that a mortal would, because you technically can't kill a devil in Waterdeep.
It makes it a very complicated case, but he did say he'd be back, so...
Yeah, we'll see how long that takes. I don't know anything about the 34 flavors of hell.
Is it... Okay, we'll talk about that later.
31 flavors.
You're both wrong. You're both very wrong.
No, I know there's 9 layers, but there's 31 flavors.
No, you missed out. They've added a couple more flavors since then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one of them is bullshit.
It's never really been 31. That's just kind of... There's more than that.
They've added more flavors at West, so we gotta go there later. When we have the money, I need to show you the new ice cream. They have one called taro from some, like, root from the east. It's so good.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's go.
Yeah, and Brimstone will, like, he'll keep, like, looking at that paper, and, like, you'll see he keeps, like, reading over the paper, and his eyes kind of are going over the sections about the hag, and then about the mention of the other people who survived from Devil's Aegis.
Yeah. I wanted to make it clear, too, that, like, the changeling, it can only turn into, like, children and, like, halflings and gnomes, because part of it was removed. I, like, realized the wording's kind of weird on that, but...
Right.
You can no longer become a full person.
Another weird question, if I can stay on this for a second. I'm sorry.
No, that's why it's in here.
When the whole tragedy happened in Brimstone's village, can you rack his brain? And the process of Vincent returning to hell, was that pretty much consistent among the devilish people in Devil's Aegis? Did that happen to them when they were killed in the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you...
One sec, I think there was just a knock on my door. Sorry.
Yep.
That's a clicky.
Okay, never mind. That was food for my roommate.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, what were you saying, Leanne?
No, that is 100% what would have happened to any of the more devilish people in Devil's Aegis. However, yes, it didn't happen to the vampire that burst into dust. It did not happen to any of the tieflings. But any of the full devils would have returned to hell as opposed to died.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Brimstone will just keep that information locked away, and now he's got this document that proves that he's next of kin to Mordai, which is great. It's good. It's all good.
It's all good. It's
awesome.
A real complicated family tree, but it's a connection you never knew.
Oh, this is great.
It's like third cousin once removed type stuff.
We're talking 3 or 4 times removed here. There's a lot of people in between me and him, but I mean, most of them are devils, so they can't really count technically as kin. So
are there any devils on the list that Eamon has heard of? I'm curious.
Yeah, taking a quick look at it, this you can roll religion for.
Yay! Finally get to use it. Nope.
Oh no.
Not only have you not heard of any of these, they are so confusingly worded that you just you get a bit of a headache for a second looking at it. It's just even to your legal minded, this is a complete over your head looking at this. It hurts to read.
Infernal legalism. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah. For the listener's sake, he did in fact get a nat 1 on that.
Oh yeah.
Sure did. The one time I actually get to use that skill.
Critical headache.
I'm never gonna get to use religion. I'm not allowed.
I mean,
okay.
the skill religion is literally just for figuring out things about devils and the hells and figuring
undead sometimes.
Yeah, undead, and that. It's about learning about that kind of creature or the structure of a religion. It's not for history of that or anything. That's what history's for.
Right.
I never get to use it.
So yeah, I guess we'll head out. We'll head out through the gate.
Yep. You continue out through the North Ward, and as you hit the Field Ward, as you hit the North Gate, Brimstone, your brain starts to clear up a little bit as the smell subsides a bit. You now get a bit of fresh air through here as you see out into large fields, and you can see farmland over on the horizon. And I think this might be where we end it for today, because we've been going for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks so much for playing my game.
Yeah.
Okay, I need... Bye.
Bye.